Welcome to NarrativeNook audio tales where enchanted stories come to life. If you enjoy our stories, please subscribe, like and share to support our channel. Enjoy listening.
Chloe, who are you talking about? Kelly casually asked. Nothing. Just an acquaintance. Just then, some of Chloe's fans came up to Chloe with a gigantic bouquet. Chloe, what you just did was just perfect, superb. Thank you. Could I have your autograph? A fan looked at her with anticipation. Sure. Where do I sign? Chloe did not see any pen and paper. Just sign here. The fan pointed to the left shoulder and leaned close to Chloe. Chloe smiled awkwardly, but remained polite as she gave him her autograph. Thank you. Love you. I'm going up to take a break, Chloe said to the director and headed upstairs. She was sitting in the lounge and thinking about her sighting of Nicole just now when someone knocked on the door. Come in. Nora pushed the door open and walked in. I'm here to visit you. What are you doing here? Chloe asked. Are you free at noon? Let's have lunch together. Nora invited Chloe with a serious expression. Chloe sized up Nora for a moment. Why not? In the restaurant, Nora cut her steak and glanced at Chloe. Is your work going well lately? It went pretty well. Chloe was still not too friendly. Nora smiled. Grandpa is going to invite Nicole and Jared to his house in a few days. Are you free to go back? I don't know how the schedule is going to work out yet, but there should be time. Chloe thought of the family getting together and expected something going to happen. Nora looked around and then looked at Chloe. What do you think the situation would be if the family found out that Nicole stole such a valuable diamond? She was prepared to embarrass Nicole in front of the family members. You're not going to say it in public, are you? Chloe thought Nora would be stupid enough to do that. Why would I come out on my own? Of course, someone else would do this dirty job. But it might require your cooperation. Nora glanced at her with a meaningful look. You want me to cooperate? What do you mean? Chloe did not understand what Nora meant. Someone will definitely ask you about the diamond. When the time comes, as long as you insist that the diamond that you have handed over to Nicole is the real Dresden green diamond, people will definitely not think you are lying, but that Nicole has stolen the diamond and doesn't admit it. Nora's eyes lit up as she came up with the plot. Chloe's heart skipped a beat, as she did not expect that Nora could be so scheming at such a young age. No problem. It looks like I have to go there myself. As long as she could vilify Nicole, she would have a chance to divide Nicole and Jared, and then Jared would be hers. It would be best if you can go. Nora did not forget to hatted her. After lunch, Nora left. Taking advantage of the time when Chloe and Nora were having lunch, Nicole gave Kelly some additional instructions before leaving. Nicole was back at the Sea View Villa, and Tia was thrilled to see the cool Lamborghini as if it was bought for her. This car is too cool. Whose is it? Tia walked around the car and could not take her eyes off it. It is mine, Nicole uttered calmly. Yours? You bought a car? It was Jared who bought it for me, Nicole said happily. Mr. Johnston really has taste. The car he bought for you is not only luxurious but also very much in line with your style. Give him a like. Knock it off. What's Grandma doing? Nicole asked. She was just sunbathing for a while, and now she's sunning her quilt. Tia could not understand Mrs. Wallace Sr.'s behavior. It's okay. Grandma is used to living in a mountain village, and she feels uncomfortable not doing something every day. Let her do whatever she wants, as long as she doesn't get hurt, Nicole said to Tia, who then understood. Don't worry. I will take care of her. Tia assured Nicole. Grandma, I'm home. Nicole walked over to Mrs. Wallace Sr., who was sunning her quilt. You are back. I will make something to eat. What do you like? Mrs. Wallace Sr. stopped what she was doing. She took Nicole's hand and walked back into the house. When they came to the kitchen, Mr. Wallace Sr. realized that she did not know how to use the kitchen equipment. She looked around, not knowing what to do. Nicole and Tia smiled at each other upon seeing that. Grandma, you can just tell them what you want to do. You don't have to do it yourself, Nicole said. Alas, I'm getting old and can't do anything. Mrs. Wallace Sr. was dejected. Nicole looked at Mr. Wallace Sr. and wanted to help her get her confidence back. Grandma, there's something I need your help with. When she heard Nicole needed her help with something, she immediately got excited and looked at Nicole. What is it? Didn't you know how to take care of flowers in your old house? I have a few pots of flowers that I want you to help me take care of. Okay, bring it here. I guarantee they will bloom every day. Mrs. Wallace Sr. said with a smile. Okay, I will bring the flowers over this afternoon. Okay. Are we having sandwiches or pasta for lunch? Nicole asked Mrs. Wallace Sr. Pasta it is. You are working outside. Eating pasta will make you feel full longer. Mrs. Wallace Sr. genuinely cared for Nicole, who was still the same little girl needing her care. Okay, then we will have pasta. After having lunch with Mrs. Wallace Sr., Nicole left the flower shopping to Tia and then went to her room. Nicole was thrilled to receive a message from Zane when she took out her laptop and turned it on. It's not convenient to contact you now, but don't worry about me. Nicole looked at the message Zane had sent her and tried to figure out what had happened to him. Zane could be injured. He would only tell me not to worry when he is hurt. Nicole could no longer sit still and question him. Where are you? She then contacted Carl immediately. Where are you, Carl? I'm at the boarding gate, just about to board my flight back home. Don't board the plane. Wait for me to come over to you. Carl was confused, but he knew Nicole must have had her reason. So he left the airport and found a place to stay. Nicole wanted to book a flight to meet Carl right away but realized that her grandfather was still waiting to see her and Jared. She took out the phone and called Jared. Are you free tonight to go with me to see my grandpa? Nicole sounded insistent. What's going on? Jared clearly sensed that something was wrong with Nicole. Nothing. Just that grandpa wants us to go back and have dinner with him. Nicole did not tell him what had happened. Sure. I will pick you up later. It is all right. I will drive there myself. Nicole wanted to get there as soon as possible. If she had enough time, maybe she could catch the latest flight. See you at my grandpa's house. Nicole hung up. Feeling that Nicole was a little out of sorts, Jared dropped the paperwork in his hands and drove straight to Mr. Riddle Sr.'s house. Grandpa, Jared and I will be back to see you in a while. Nicole called her grandfather. Okay. I will have someone arrange it now. You guys just come. Mr. Riddle Sr. was overjoyed to hear that Nicole was coming with Jared. Nicole packed up her belongings and then called for Tia. I may not be staying back here for a while, so you take good care of Grandma here. Okay, Nicole. Tia did not ask more questions. Nicole came to Mrs. Wallace Sr.'s room to say goodbye. Grandma, Grandpa asked me to stay at his house for a while. I may not come here to see you for some days. If you need anything, just tell Tia. She will take care of you. Don't worry. I can take care of myself. You go ahead and get busy. Don't worry about me. Mrs. Wallace Sr. knew. Nicole was busy and did not want to burden her. I will be back to see you when I'm done. Nicole hugged Mr. Wallace Sr. for a long time and then got up and left. The Lamborghini was speeding toward Mr. Riddle Sr.'s house. As Nicole arrived and parked up her car, she saw Jared waiting for her at the entrance. You are waiting for me? Nicole walked over and took his arm. What do you say? Let's get inside together. Nicole took Jared by the arm and walked inside the mansion. Mr. Riddle Sr. and Daniel and his wife were sitting inside talking when they saw Nicole and Jared walk in. Grandpa, Mom, Dad. Nicole was the first to greet them. Come on over. Mr. Riddle Sr. said. Mr. Riddle Sr., Mr. and Mrs. Riddle, how do you do? Jared greeted them politely. Please take a seat. Nicole and Jared sat down next to Mr. Riddle Sr. when voices came from the doorway. They looked toward the door and saw the other three families. Dad, why did you call us over in such a hurry? Damien asked as he walked toward Mr. Riddle Sr. Sit down and talk. Today is Nicole and Jared's first time back since they got betrothed, so I called everyone over to liven things up. Mr. Riddle Sr. spoke after everyone had sat down. So that's what this is about. Damien thought it was some big deal. He gave Nicole a disdainful look, but did not dare look at Jared. Dylan looked at Jared. Mr. Johnston, I was too busy to have a drink with you on the day of your betrothal. But today, we shall have a good drink. Dylan picked up a glass of wine to toast Jared. Absolutely. In response, Jared picked up his glass to toast Dylan. Nicole, how do you find the house? Mr. Riddle Sr. looked at her. It is very comfortable. You are really good at choosing houses. The view is superb. You can go to see it when you have time. Nicole thanked him. I'm glad that you like it. When he saw Nicole liked it, he knew it was worth it. It is a house from Grandpa. You can't expect anything less, Karen said, getting green-eyed. You have given Nicole a villa with a sea view. Why don't we have one? Rain asked. That is a gift for Nicole's betrothal. When you get engaged, I will buy each of you a house as well. Mr. Riddle Sr. looked at her with a smile. Since Mr. Riddle Sr. had said so, Rain did not dare to ask for anything, and could only sit down resentfully. Chloe glanced at Jared every now and then, thinking about why such a handsome and wealthy man was not her man. Chloe turned to look at Mr. Riddle Sr. Grandpa. How do you like the Dresden green diamond that I asked Nicole to pass to you the other day? Before Mr. Riddle Sr. could say anything, Snow chimed in. There is no Dresden green diamond that you are talking about. It is only an ordinary diamond. Chloe immediately looked at Snow in surprise. What did you say? An ordinary diamond? Yes. Rain and I were both present that day. Inside the box was just an ordinary diamond, Snow said with certainty. At first, Mr. Riddle Sr. wanted to play down the issue, but now it seemed that he could not. Impossible. I looked at it when Henry brought it to me. It was not an ordinary diamond. I even checked it again on purpose before I handed it to Nicole. Chloe looked at Snow with a shocked face. Nicole, what was Snow just talking about? Chloe looked at Nicole in disbelief. The entire family understood what it was about at this point, and they all, including Jared, looked at Nicole. When I brought the box to Grandpa and opened it, there was indeed an ordinary diamond inside, Nicole said calmly. Nicole, what are you talking about? When I took it to you, it was no ordinary diamond. I told you to be careful. Have you forgotten all that? Chloe looked at her with a puzzled face and a questioning look in her eyes. Why would Chloe want to self-loot? Did you take it and didn't dare to admit it, Nicole? Snow held a grudge against Nicole for stealing Harvey from her, so she stood on Chloe's side. Yeah, Chloe wouldn't take her own stuff. Explain to everyone quickly. Did something happen on the way? If something has really happened and you have lost the diamond, Chloe won't blame you. Nora appeared to be speaking for Nicole, but in reality, was trying to convince others that Nicole had tampered with it. Jared wanted to help Nicole, but he did not know what was going on and had no way to defend her, except to feel anxious for Nicole. I can't believe this is happening, Nicole. Did you see the diamond and want to take it as your own? Karen pointed at Nicole. In her mind, it was Nicole who swapped the Dresden green diamond with an ordinary one, as a girl like Nicole from the countryside would most likely steal when she saw such expensive stuff. It seems like you all know Chloe well enough to think I have tampered with it, doesn't it? Nicole cast an icy look at them. Let me ask you guys, what does Chloe like? She looked at each of them, but none of them, not even Miley, could answer. No one knows, do you? If you all don't know, what makes you think she is not a suspect? Is it just because she was the one who entrusted it to me? Since immemorial, embezzlement has happened again and again. You all suspect me with no proof. Are you all doing it intentionally? Nicole glanced at their faces, and none of them dared to meet her eyes. I will find out the truth and clear my name, but I will also not let the bad guys get the punishment they deserve. Grandpa, thank you for inviting us. We have things to do, so we will leave now, Nicole said, standing up with Jared and leaving straight away. You all have ruined the family gathering. Is a diamond that important? Mr. Riddle Sr. was furious. "Alfred, find out what has actually happened. I want to punish those who cause disharmony in the family severely," he said coldly and went upstairs. Silence fell in the living room. No one expected Mr. Riddle Sr. to lose his temper like this. Everyone at the table looked at each other, and no one knew what to do. "We will leave first," Daniel spoke after a long while as he left with his family. His 3 elder brothers were seeing Daniel's sour face for the first time. "Why are you still sitting here? Disperse," Damien said with a peeved look on his face. What had been a wonderful reunion had been spoiled by Nora's underhanded manipulation, and that was the result she wanted to see. In the car, Jared looked at Nicole saying nothing. He believed Nicole was not that kind of person. Nicole suddenly stopped the car at the side of the road and looked at Jared. "I won't drive you back to the villa." Jared looked Nicole in the eyes. "Where are you going?" At first, Nicole did not plan to tell him, but they had gotten so upset tonight that she was afraid he would worry about her if she did not tell him again. "I'm going abroad to take care of some things." "Abroad? Right now?" Jared did not ask what was going on but looked at her with a serious face. "Yeah, the flight is in a little while." He knew he could not stop her and that she must have something urgent to deal with. He reached out and stroked her hair. "How soon will you be back?" Nicole took a long breath. "I don't know." Jared glanced at her and kissed her on the lips for a long while. "Take care. Remember, there's someone in this city who will always be waiting for you." Nicole's eyes reddened with emotion as she plunged into Jared's arms for a long time. She then gently let go and took the pendant off her neck and put it in Jared's hands. "I will come back safely." Nicole looked at him affectionately. "I will give you a lift." "It is okay." Nicole got out of the car and hailed a cab toward the airport. Jared got out of the car and looked on as the cab carrying Nicole disappeared into the distance with emotion. He then got into the car and floored the gas pedal to catch up with the cab. At the boarding gate, Nicole looked back involuntarily and was surprised to see that familiar figure in the crowd. Jared stood outside looking at her. Nicole waved her hand and then boarded the plane. Looking on as Nicole went, he raised a hand and stopped it in mid-air. Nicole sat on the plane and through the tiny window, she could still see Jared standing in front of the floor-to-ceiling window, watching the plane waiting to take off. She immediately took out her cell phone and turned on the flashlight and waved it in front of the window, hoping Jared could see it. Still in front of the floor-to-ceiling window, Jared likewise turned on the flashlight of his cell phone, and the two gazed at each other as if they could communicate telepathically. The plane took off into the sky, and Jared's gaze went up with the plane until it was out of sight. On the plane, Nicole clutched her phone with both hands. Suddenly a feeling of solicitude, which she had never had before, hit her. In the past, she was brave and fearless, going anywhere with no worry. She wondered what was wrong with her this time, questioning this feeling, which she was not supposed to have, and suspecting if it was because of him. She turned on her cell phone again, looking at the photos they took together at the beach, almost heartbroken. Carl had received Nicole's flight information and came to the airport to pick her up. Nicole had just walked out of the airport when she saw Carl. They gave each other a hug. "It has been a long while." "It has been a long while. Get in the car." Carl got into the driver's seat and started the car to drive away from the airport. Nicole checked out the hotel room to make sure that it was safe before taking out her laptop. "Do you have your computer with you?" Nicole asked Carl. "Yup. This is the message Zane sent me the other day. Try going through the coordinates sent in this message to see if you can find out where Zane is." Nicole looked at Carl. "Okay, I will look into it right away." Carl quickly searched with his computer. There was no signal detected. Carl looked at Nicole and shook his head. Nicole took a long exhale, wondering what kind of opponent Zane had met and where he was now. There were many questions on Nicole's mind. She leaned back in her chair and closed her eyes as Carl continued to search for Zane's coordinates. As long as Zane appeared once, he could pinpoint his approximate location. Two of them stared at the computer, one meditating in the chair until dawn. "I'm getting some breakfast." "You wait here," Carl said and went out. Nicole got up and moved around, looking out the window at the city of tall buildings. She had only one goal in mind, which was to find Zane. Soon, Carl returned with breakfast. They ate it and continued to search for Zane's coordinates. Suddenly, Nicole's computer received a new message. She hurriedly checked. It was from Zane. "Don't come to me." "Carl, get a quick lock on where the message is sent from." Nicole gave a quick command. With his left hand on the keyboard and right hand on the mouse, Carl quickly searched for the coordinates of Zane's message and soon found an approximate location. Roca Este. Nicole took out her cell phone and dialed a number. "Rowan, I need weapons. The address has been sent to your phone. There's everything there." Rowan helped her arrange it without asking questions. "Good. When do we leave?" Carl asked. "In 10 minutes. Nicole looked like a leader. Carl drove Nicole to the address given by Rowan. As the massive shutter slowly rose, Carl drove the car inside. "Hello, Rowan asks me over to pick something up." Nicole's face was frosty and expressionless. "Inside, please." A man in a suit led them inside. "Feel free to pick anything inside." The man in the suit made a gesture of invitation. Nicole and Carl walked in and grabbed some needed weapons, then left. As they were leaving, the man in the suit gave Nicole a pager with unlimited distance. "When in trouble, call us." Nicole gave him an affirmative look before leaving in the car into the distance. "Navigate to Roca Este," Nicole commanded. "The destination has been set to Roca Este," the intelligent assistant said. Carl drove the 4x4 toward Roca Este. The road to Roca Este was surprisingly empty. "Not a single car here. I'm afraid this place is being monitored," Carl warned. Nicole looked out of the car. "Even if there's a volcano ahead, we're going to drive through it. Keep your eyes open." In the video, the 4x4 was driving toward Roca Este. "Franco, there's a vehicle coming into Roca Este," a man reported. "One? It doesn't matter how many. It will be fine as long as they don't get off the vehicle. Keep watching." Franco sat in a chair smoking a cigar while a woman with a hot body poured him a drink beside him. "We have entered Roca Este territory," Carl cautiously warned. "Stop the car. I want the precise location of Zane," Nicole said. She then took out a tablet. "Activate the smart radar." The smart radar is activated. Nicole named the coordinates and the smart radar started searching. After a while, a red dot appeared on the tablet. "Head this way." Nicole synced the tablet to Carl's car, who followed the route and kept driving toward the red dot. The road was quiet. Occasionally there were cries of the island's animals. As they drove close to the location of the red dot, Nicole suddenly said, "Slow down and stay alert." Carl drove while keeping an eye out for movement in front and to his right, and Nicole was ready with her weapon in hand. Suddenly, the car beeped, and Carl slammed on the brakes. "There is a minefield ahead. Get off." The two of them equipped their weapons and dashed into the woods. Following the arm monitor, Nicole and Carl came near the red dot and took out their binoculars to observe the terrain and the target. "There are many of them. Zane should be inside," Nicole said after studying the situation. "What should we do?" Carl looked at her. "There's a bluff back there. There should be fewer people there. Let's both go up from there." Nicole made a battle plan, and then the two of them started to move. Coming to the bluff, Nicole visually measured the distance. "This bluff should be about 8 meters high. Find an anchor point on each side, and then quickly run over." "Run over?" Carl looked at Nicole in disbelief. "Yes. This will reduce the time. I will run over and find an anchor point, then you set up the bridge for easy evac later," Nicole said. Carl mimed an okay with her fingers. Nicole piloted a drone, took the rope to the opposite bank to make a quick anchor point, and then made another anchor point on this side. She stepped a foot on the rope to test its stability. Gravel was falling, but the rope and anchor points could still bear the weight. So she took a few steps backward and used the inertia to run on her toes over the rope to the opposite bank as fast as possible. Carl looked on with amazement. It seemed to him that Nicole had improved again during the time he had spent apart from Nicole. Nicole affixed another rope to the anchor point and threw it to Carl, then grabbed her own weapon and stood guard. Soon, Carl finished laying the evac route and came over to Nicole's side with his weapon. "There are 2 guys there. You knock them out. I will go this way and then we will meet up at the back door." Nicole used the drone to map out the terrain and sent it to Carl. The 2 split up. Nicole snuck up on the guards and knocked them out with a couple of strokes. Carl did the same, knocking them out with a straightforward hand blade and joining Nicole at the back door. Carl quickly opened the door, and they entered in tandem. It was pitch black inside. They put on their night vision goggles with which they could clearly see the situation inside. Nicole and Carl communicated with hand gestures, then continued inside. Zane was recuperating on a basic bed under the protection of his men. His hearing was extremely acute. When he suddenly heard a sound that was different from usual, he bounced up on the bed, gestured to his men, and took cover. Nicole and Carl snuck up on Zane's location. When they saw a guard, Nicole told Carl to be careful and take out the man. He was about to get close to the guard when the guard suddenly turned around and several others rushed over and surrounded Carl. "Drop your weapon." Carl scanned the men gathered around him and slowly put his weapon on the ground, buying Nicole time to finish them off. Nicole immediately threw out a smart shooting device when Carl was spotted. The smart shooting device was already aiming at everyone's head and ready to take out those men around Carl at the press of a button. Carl slowly withdrew his hand away from the weapon and was about to make a gesture signaling Nicole to shoot when a figure stepped out from behind. Nicole immediately took aim with her weapon, and through the scope she saw the long-awaited face of Zane. She decisively made a code sound, which Zane and Carl both heard and recognized. "Stand down. Friendly." Zane called out to his men with a frown. Zane approached and took a closer look at the person surrounded. "Carl." "Dane." Carl did not expect the person surrounding him to be Zane. "Are you okay, Zane?" Carl asked with concern. "I'm fine. How did you find me here?" Zane asked. "Zane," Nicole said as she ran out of the shadow. "Nicole." Zane's heart sank when he saw Nicole, not expecting her to find him here at last. "Dane, is it really you?" Nicole carefully examined Zane, extremely thrilled. Zane, on the contrary, looked dilemmatic, as he did not feel so comfortable. "Nicole, what brings you here?" "Of course I'm worried about you. What happened to your arm?" Nicole noticed that Zane's arm was wrapped in a bandage. "It is okay. Just a minor injury." "You all stay on guard," Zane instructed his men. "Come and sit down." "How did you break through the defensive lines?" Zane was a bit confused. He had already laid a heavy defense, not expecting that there were still loopholes. "We couldn't come in through the front, but it was still possible at the back," Nicole said. "I know the back. It is a bluff, which is even more unlikely," Zane said with confidence, as he knew the surrounding terrain like the back of his hand. "For most people it is impossible, but I'm Nicole. There is nothing I can't do," Nicole said with confidence. Zane looked Nicole in the eyes and believed that Nicole's ability was beyond even his imagination. Looking at Nicole with pride, he said, "I am completely relieved to see the person you are now." "Zane, there is one thing I don't understand." Nicole looked at him in bafflement. "What is it?" "Those people out there don't look like our people." Otherwise, Nicole would not have bothered to cross the bluff. "Indeed. Those really aren't our men. A friend sent them to protect me." Speaking of which, a touch of imperceptible sadness flashed across Zane's face, something Nicole had never seen before. "No wonder I didn't recognize them." "Where are our men?" Nicole asked. "All of our men died in battle to protect me." There was a glint of hatred in Zane's eyes. "What?" Nicole and Carl's eyes widened in shock. "Who did this?" Nicole's heart ignited with anger, not expecting Zane to meet his match this time. "A mysterious organization. The details are sketchy for now. Their modus operandi is unique, unlike that of those whom we have crossed paths in the past." Zane recalled the scene at that time, where his men fell one after another down in front of him. A mysterious organization? Nicole wondered. By the way, how did you guys get into Roca Este? Zane suddenly asked. Since no one had come on the island since he was trapped here. We looked up your coordinates and followed them right into Roca Este, Carl said. Were there any obstacles along the way? Zane asked Carl cautiously. Carl recalled. No, there wasn't even a car on the road to Roca Este. Zane heard that and let out a long sigh. What's wrong, Zane? Nicole asked, looking at his troubled face. I'm afraid that someone let you in on purpose, Zane told of his suspicion. Could it be that someone is watching the island, and that is why you haven't been able to get out? Nicole ventured a guess. Zane nodded his head. After he was wounded, he could not fight like he did before. He had tried to fight his way out a few times with his men, but they were forced back. Those men sent to him by his friends also died and were wounded. Nicole gasped. There was more to the opponent than met the eye this time, and it seemed there was a tough battle ahead. Dane, why don't you let me take a look at your arm first? Nicole was worried about Zane's injury. Okay. Zane knew Nicole had superior medical skills. Conditions were limited, and he had only treated the wound briefly before this. Nicole took out a portable medical kit and came to Zane's side. The white bandage was removed, and gradually the bloody bandage too. This was not the first time Nicole had seen such a thing. Her action was deft and swift as she continued to remove the bandage. Soon a bloody wound caused by shrapnel came into view. It pained Nicole to see such a condition. Zane, the shrapnel needs to be taken out right away, but I only have one shot of anesthetic. It might hurt a little when I go deep inside later, so bear with it. Zane looked at Nicole and nodded with a smile. I have had worse. This pain is nothing. You don't have to worry about me. Just go ahead and do it. Nicole looked at him and nodded solemnly, then picked up the instrument and started to take out the shrapnel. The shrapnel in the dermis was quite easy to remove, and Zane did not feel a thing. He pursed his mouth and did not make a sound as Nicole inserted the instrument deeper into the muscle tissue. It is all taken out. Nicole placed the last piece of shrapnel on the table, then applied a special medicine and bandaged his wound up. Great skill, Nicole. I feel much better now. After the shrapnel was removed, the wounded arm felt much better. Nicole knew Zane did not want her to worry about him. She just looked at him for a while, saying nothing more. Dane, is the only exit in the whole of Roca Este the one we came in through? Nicole asked. Yes, I have been looking almost the entire island and haven't found a second land exit, unless dash. Unless what? Nicole asked. Unless we take the sea route, but we lack boats. That was the thing Zane had been struggling with. The sea route, Nicole murmured, deep in thought. Maybe I can call in some boats. Nicole looked at them with a light in her eyes. Zane could not believe his ears. I contacted Rowan before I came here. Maybe his people can get me some boats. Nicole looked at Zane. Zane thought for a long time and then looked at Nicole. We need to prepare first. Choose a place outside the enemy surveillance range as a picking up point. Okay, Carl and I will go out and look for it. This is a sketch I made earlier with some crucial locations marked on it. You guys might need it. Zane handed it to Nicole. Nicole took out her phone to snap photos and sync them to her smart device. Zane, you be careful here. Carl, let's go. Nicole and Carl went out with their weapons. Following Zane's sketch of the island, Nicole and Carl found a spot on the beach in Roca Este. This was the backside of Roca Este, furthest from the city. After a moment of observation, Nicole said to Carl, leave a mark. Then the two of them went to check out other locations. Leave a mark here. Carl did as Nicole had instructed. If the entire Roca Este is under the enemy surveillance, how will the boats get in? Carl asked the question Nicole had been thinking about. I'm thinking about this too, but we can't think too much now. We will know when we cross the bridge. Trapped on this isolated island, Nicole also did not know what to do next, but could only let Carl leave marks, and then they went back to study in detail. They had marked all the places suitable for boats to dock. "Carl, you go get the car back, and I will look around." After Carl went, Nicole went up to the top of one of the highest hills and took out her binoculars to observe the entrance to Roca Este. There were indeed many men in black guarding the entrance. With their current numbers and equipment, it seemed that fighting their way out was not really possible. Back at Zane's place, Carl had already brought the car back. "Did you find anything, Nicole?" Carl asked. "The entrance into Roca Este has been sealed off by the men in black. We are now completely trapped." Nicole told of what she saw. Zane slammed his fist down hard on the table. "Looks like this gang is trying to trap us here with little effort. Did you find the places where the boars could dock?" Zane looked over at Nicole. "Yup. I have asked Carl to leave marks in different spots." "Why don't you come up with a battle plan, Zane?" Nicole looked at Zane. "You two have just come on the island today. The enemy will definitely keep a close eye on you too. If we take action now, we will definitely be discovered. Let's stay put today, and you and Carl do the necessary preparation," Zane said. "Okay." Nicole and Carl went out at once. "Someone, watch closely the situation outside the island and keep me informed." "Aye." After giving the instructions, Zane took out the sketch and carefully studied the escape plan. Nicole and Carl came outside and checked everyone's equipment. The men's weapons and equipment were fine, but there were just not enough men. "Carl, choose the 10 best among them to protect Zane while evacuating." "Okay." Nicole went to a secluded area and took out her pager. "Hello, hello." After a long wait, a voice replied. "Roger. Prepare 3 boats, then wait for my signal and sail due south of Roca Este. I have marked 3 spots there. Stop 1 boat at each spot." Nicole explained to the man in the suit. "Okay." Amid the tense atmosphere, Nicole and others spent an uneventful night on Roca Este. The next day before dawn, a man on sentry duty on Roca Este suddenly noticed a group of men sneaking up toward them and immediately reported back to Zane. "There is a group of unidentified men entering Roca Este. How many of them?" "At least 20, probably 30. Lead a team and ambush the enemy." Zane picked up his gun and was already ready for battle.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this story, please like and share so others can see it too. Also hit the subscription button and notification bell so you can be notified on our next release. Thank you for your support. God bless you.